Welcome, fellas, to the Captain Saver Bro Show, episode 45. Today, guys, we're going to talk about Keke Palmer and her public disrespect of her man, right? We're going to get into that, guys. But first, before we get into the game, this episode is brought to you by my top tier program, How to Vet Women Properly. How to vet women properly, guys. I'm going to give you an opportunity today. And the only way you can get that opportunity is by listening to this episode. You can pay whatever you want to pay for this program. This program is top tier, and it's probably one of my most important pieces of work to date. I go in depth on how to vet women properly because that's probably one of the most important skills that a man can have outside of financial literacy. And I would argue you better off knowing how to vet a woman over financial literacy. Because listen, you can be dumb as a box with finances. As long as you know how to make it, you'll always have it. But if you don't know how to vet women, if you could be the most financially literate man on the planet, if you don't know how to pick the wrong women or woman, you will lose everything and even your life. So learning how to vet women is a necessary skill. And again, today I'm offering it to you. You can pay what you want to pay, right? So you click the link that's in the bio, click the link that's in the description or the comments or wherever you see this at. Wherever you're listening, there will be a link that you can click on this and it'll take you to where you can pay whatever you want to pay for this course. Very, very in-depth guide on, just vetting women. I go into all of the hidden red flags that women will show you, that they display, that they try to conceal, all of the hidden emotional baggage, the traumas. I teach you how to spot promiscuous women, how to spot past lust, how to spot women with mental issues. I teach you their game. I teach you how, the language they use to manipulate. All of this stuff, guys, I go in depth. And not only that, I teach you how to behave in a way, how to carry yourself in a way that women are most comfortable in your presence so they can relax, let their guard down, and show you who they truly are. So this is very, very, very important that you guys get this, and I'm giving it to you for a steal. This course is worth some money, right? And this is not a course that I keep on the market. So I'm offering it to you now. Pay what you want to pay. Click the link in the description. Click the link that's in the bio. Click the link that's in the chat. Wherever you're hearing this at, there will be a link. Go click on it. Also, guys, follow me on all social media platforms. King Dreism, KingDreism. That's TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also on the new app Threads. I'm about to be on Threads. I'm about to turn Threads up. I'm about to take that real game to the new app Threads. That's Twitter's competitor that Meta, Mark Zuckerberg's company, just created a Twitter competitor called Threads. So I'm gonna be on there too at King Dreism. So follow me on all social media platforms. And guys, if you want to watch the long form content video, if you want to watch the video of it, just go to YouTube and type in King Dre or type in Captain Saver Bro Show, and I'll come up. And if for the guys that's watching the video style, the video format, if you want to listen to the audio while you're working out, driving your trucks, on your road trips, smashing something, you want to listen to the audio version, then go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts and type in the Captain Saver Bro Show, and I will come right up. But anyway, guys, let's get straight into the game. All right, let's get into it. Now, as you guys can see, for the guys that's watching on the video, guys who watching the video, you can see my background is different. So the studio will be down for about a month. So these next couple episodes that I bring to you will have a janky background. But it don't even matter because the game is the game. The game is fire, and that's all that should matter. You shouldn't worry about how I look. You should worry about how I'm spitting. Or don't worry about my background. Just worry about the message. And the message is going to always be fire. It's going to always edify you. So let's just get that clear. But yeah, guys, the studio will be down for about a month. So, be bringing it to you from the janky setting, right? The little basement corner. Well, ain't no basements where I'm at, but, it kind of looked like a basement. So that's why I said that. But yeah, so something came up, man, and I was going to do another episode about something else, but something came up, and what came up really, 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 really bothered me, and it's this Keke Palmer situation with her kid's father. And the situation itself didn't bother me. It was the backlash that he got that bothered me. So if you guys don't know what happened, and I'll play a video. I'll play the video of the incident. So if you guys don't know what happened, Keke Palmer was at a show where Usher was performing, and she walked out on stage with them buns out, right? She had a very revealing dress, with the hips and the ass showing and all this shit. And she went up to Usher and she was kind of grinding on Usher or dancing in a very sensual way as Usher was singing to her. And her baby dad, the guy she just had a kid with, called her out publicly, and he basically said, but you a mom though. Let me get exactly what he said. I want to get exactly what he said for you guys. He said, and I quote, his name is Darius, I think it's Darius Jackson. I think he was a personal trainer or some shit like that she got with. But he said, and I quote, he said, "It's the outfit though. You a mom." And then he also doubled down to say, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." So when he put, it's the outfit though, you a mom, Twitter lit him up. Black Twitter lit him up. Came into it. Black Twitter, feminist Twitter, and I ain't gonna even say black Twitter. I'm gonna say those type of. He got lit up on feminist on Twitter. And so he came back and doubled back. Well, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Everybody calling him a hater. Everybody was calling him insecure. Everybody was calling him, all type of shit. And let me play the video for you guys. She violating, if you ask me. If you ask me, she violating. Very, very disrespectful. I don't think he's insecure at all. That was very, very distasteful. It was tacky. And it was disrespectful, especially, you got a man and a kid at home. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, you shouldn't do that because you're a mother. I would say you should do that because you have a man and a family that you represent. And, you make your man look bad. You make your man look like a clown. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be, in truth be told, what's crazy? Lil Uzi Vert just got physically assaulted at the BET Awards. Because he was supposedly talking to Ice Spice or whatever. But all the women was like, oh, that's what he get. You better respect him. You got to respect her and this and this and that. She just snapped and he need to show more respect. But then on the other hand, when she do this to her to her husband and her kid's father, then now he's a hater. He tripping because he was like, yo, what's up? And some people was like, he shouldn't have said it publicly. Me personally, I wouldn't have said it publicly, but, she disrespected him publicly. I wouldn't have said nothing for the simple fact of I wouldn't want people to even think I was even bothered by that on some sucker shit. Like, and it's not that I don't want them to think that I'm bothered by it, but I don't like to see people see me sweat like that. Right. And so people will find more joy out of me being butthurt over that than the situation itself. So I would have kept it off the internet and I would have just, checked her. And if that check-in didn't work, I would have charged her to the game, but I don't think he's insecure. In fact, there's a real attack on male standards and male preferences. Like, as a man today, you can't say, I don't want a woman who's a whore. I don't want a woman who shows her sexuality and give her sexuality to everybody. I got attacked for saying my woman's sexuality is reserved to me. And if a woman does that, then I'm not going to invest, protect, nor provide a woman who puts her sexuality on display for the world when I have to work hard for it. Makes all the sense in the world, but yet and still I got attacked. The video is going viral right now. I don't know why it started to go viral, but I got attacked for having standards and having boundaries as a man. And it's something weird going on. And it's not even that it's weird because I know exactly what's going on, but I don't want to take the show that route. But black women have this condescending kind of attitude towards black men over stuff like that. And that shit need to stop. That shit is sucker shit, really. But there's an attack on us having standards. We are not supposed to want better. We are not supposed to demand better. We are supposed to just take the scraps like slaves. Women expect us to just take the scraps and just take what's given to us as if, we don't work hard for our shit, as if we not showing up. And now if you're a sucker, if you're a buster, if you're a no count, you don't deserve shit. But for the guys of us who do work hard to create the type of life we want, to enjoy the type of women we want, to enjoy the quality of life because we work for it, they don't want us to have that. They don't want us to shut up and just take it, right? And I don't think we ain't doing that, And if you listening to this, you don't have to bow down to that. Keep your standards, uphold your standards, and speak them. Don't let people try to shame you. They try to shame guys. Oh, they need to get rid of their podcast mics. Bitch, fuck you. And ain't nothing happening. My mic gonna be here, and I'm about to upgrade it. So y'all gonna be getting this game a little bit more crispier. And if you get triggered, you get triggered. Now, my thing ain't bashing women. I'm not a woman basher, but I'm gonna spit this game. And if the shoe fits, you gonna have to wear that motherfucker. You see, but there's this attack on male standards that's wild, and you see it on all fronts. You see it anytime you make a video teaching men, hey, you better than that. You don't deserve that. You can do better. What do you get? You get shamed to hell. You get called all type of sassy. They need to take the mics away. You insecure. You intimidated. That shit need to stop, and we need to, shun that type of shit at all costs. Like, that type of shit shouldn't be tolerated because we don't deserve that type of shit. And we can't let them, group us in with dusty no count dudes who don't got their shit together, or who don't want to get their shit together, who just want to be bums. They don't represent us, and we have to keep doing a good job at separating ourselves from dudes like that. See, the thing with women is women associate with anybody. It could be the most classiest of women will associate with the most hood ratted of women. Men typically don't do that, and we need to further create a divide between the bums and the guys who want better. I don't think we should divide ourselves amongst race, political affiliation. We shouldn't divide ourselves amongst none of that type of shit. We should divide ourselves amongst bum ass dudes and dudes who want something better for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? But this attack is crazy, man, and we got to do what we got to do to fight back against that. Keep speaking your piece. Keep putting your standards out there. Keep living by your standards. Keep living you. Keep doing you. Keep expressing yourself. You understand? Keep spitting this game. Whatever you got to do to spread the message, to spread awareness, then do it, because all this is shitty people want to continue to be shitty people. And when you bring awareness to their shittiness, they start screeching very, very loud. And, we just not going to have that no more. So another thing that bothered me was all of the articles that people were writing. A bunch of articles that did just saying that he was shaming her and shit. Like, Keke Palmer's husband or boyfriend body shamed her, mom shamed her. Let me read one of these articles. And this is from the Washington Post, right? The Washington Post. And let me say this, we have to do a good job, or not even have to do a good job, but we need to start building up, our more male-centric media through blogs, podcasting, YouTube, whatever type of media. We need to make sure we support one another and bringing what we need into the forefront, because we've basically let that go and let women run that. And now this is what you get when you do that. So, I'm even thinking about, starting a new male-centric news magazine page to where, just articles and all this type of shit. I don't know how to write though. So if you are listening to this and you're a writer and you're interested in contributing to something like that, please let me know, because I'm seriously thinking about doing that. But we need a voice in the world again. You understand? Yeah, we, guys are podcasting and stuff like that, but that ain't enough. We need more. We let media go. We need more. We need to support more male-centric, healthy, positive media for men. You understand? But one of the articles, and I'm going to read it, she says, the headline is from the Washington Post, says, Keke Palmer's boyfriend mom shamed her. It didn't end well for him. Darius Jackson, best known as actress and singer Keke Palmer's boyfriend and father to her son, just the how the lady that wrote this article, who's Samantha Cherry, how she minimized him just off the rip. Darius Jackson, best known for actress and singer Keke Palmer's boyfriend and father to her son. That's what he's best known as. Off the rip, she threw shade at him and she tried to minimize him. I see the bullshit. Decided to critique her outfit choice for all to see on Twitter. No, she wore it for all of the world to see, right? A man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please other. Jackson tweeted Wednesday afternoon, provoked by the video of Palmer wearing a sheer long-sleeve black dress over a bodysuit at a July 4th Usher concert. Less than 24 hours later, Jackson's Twitter and Instagram account vanished in widespread outrage over his mom shaming, the age-old practice which seemed to become even more commonplace during the pandemic, of a mother being openly touted for her choices. No, that's called holding the women that you want protection and shit from men. That's called, holding your woman to a higher standard and not accepting ill behavior. Because again, if that was a man, being goofy, then you're going to shame and you're going to ridicule him. You see what I'm saying? So mom shaming become commonplace because of the choices. Yeah, I should have a say in the representation of my child. I should have a say in that. You understand what I'm saying? I should have a say. Y'all have a say with Kanye and the shit that he be doing with his kids. Everybody got an opinion and all that shit. I should have a say in the way my children are represented. Get the fuck out of here. This shit's bullshit. We need media to counter stuff like this. We don't have a counter to this type of shit. And it's the Washington Post. We don't have a counter to this type of shit. The social media skirmish began after Palmer, 29, was serenaded by Usher on stage at the R&B singer's Las Vegas residency show. In clips from the night, Palmer smiles and sways in her ensemble as Usher sings his 2010 song, There Goes My Baby, which was, Look, that sounded like that looked like something like an inside thing. That was like an inside subliminal to me. That's how I would have took that. Jackson, whose son with Palmer was born this year, tweeted his discontent shortly after the clip began circulating. It's the outfit, though. You a mom. He doubled down with another post complaining that he was being called a hater by fans of Palmer, who launched the new TV network Key TV after starring in Jordan Peele's Nope last year. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe, Jackson wrote. I rest my case. By Thursday morning, all his tweets were gone. Then they show her posting the outfit on her page. Mothers have been judged for centuries, if not much longer, for their parenting decisions, such as whether they use pain medication during childbirth, where they breastfeed, how they discipline or dress their children, how they dress themselves, such judging has acquired widespread criticism in the internet age with the term mom shaming, appearing more and more in news articles over the last decade, and some therapists speaking about the harm it causes. Men don't shame women for fucking breastfeeding and all that other crazy shit and using pain medication. Men don't even be paying attention to shit like that. So that's women need to deal with women's bullshit. But I think it's okay for a man to feel a certain type of way about the way his family is being represented. There's nothing wrong with that. Jamal saying in more news articles over the last decade, some therapists speaking about the harm it does. Celebrities often end up as targets. Chrissy Teigen, or whatever her name is, was mom shamed for taking too long to schedule her daughter's Luna's first dentist appointment for letting her son Miles take his first steps too close to a marble bathtub. This is all bullshit. But mom shaming cuts across classes. You see, Mott Children's Hospital survey from 2017 found that about 6 in 10 mothers of children 5 years or younger experience mom shaming, saying they receive criticism about their parenting choices. This the thing, though. This the crybaby shit. Like, stop putting your shit on the internet if you don't want people to talk about you, bro. Like, what the fuck? If you don't want people to talk about you, don't post it on the internet for other women and shit, because that's women doing that. Men don't be giving a fuck about stuff like that. Why post your stuff? Like, people just like, oh man, some of these women are crazy. If you put your stuff out there for public opinion or for feedback, don't get mad when you get feedback. Saying they receive criticism. In other words, Palmer isn't alone. The backlash against her boyfriend was swift and nearly unanimous. Some on social media know that Palmer has worn several similar outfits since beginning and becoming a mom in February without public criticism from Jackson. Call the mother of your child instead of tweeting her. This generation of men too comfortable disrespecting women in public. This generation of women are too comfortable being disrespecting to their men, or being condescending to their men, representing their men, making their men look like trash and embarrassing their men. That's what this generation of women has become. But this ain't the woman basher show. I'm just blind reacting to what I'm reading. All right, that's enough of that, because that article was pretty much going nowhere. But it's some bullshit, man. And you talk about the shame, like, oh, shame, right? Oh, he shamed her. He body shamed her. He mom shamed her. But what about the shame she caused him? Like, what about the shame? What about that embarrassment? Are we going to talk about that? We going to keep that under wraps? We going to play that cool? We going to act like that don't exist? That's what we going to do? But, that's that on that. And I'm about to spit my game on that. Right. So, I don't like doing the complaining. Right. I don't like doing complaining. I like to give solutions, but I got to complain to bring awareness. So we about to get into some solutions. King Dre about to spit this great game like King Dre do. First and foremost, fellas, like I said before, and I say it again, typically, and I would say about 95% of the time, I've seen this time and time and time again, when women make more money than you, they think they're better than you. When women make more money than you, they think they're better than you, especially if they make significantly more money than you or you're happy where you are. See, and I don't think that there's nothing wrong with you getting to a place in your life. Let's say you come up, you get you a job where you're making $75,000, $80,000 a year. You ain't got no kids, you cool, and you can coast on that, and you content and you happy. I think that's what it's about. I don't think it's about, me. I'm very ambitious. I want it all, but I don't think that you're wrong if you don't have that type of spirit like I have. I don't think that that's for everybody, but if you're a guy like that, you need to make sure the woman that you get is okay with that, because a lot of women, if they make more than you and you are content, and let me not say make sure the woman that you get is okay with that, right? So long as you making more than that woman, it ain't gonna be no problem. But if you get a woman who make more than you, typically, right? You making 75, she making 150. Typically, she gonna think that she's better than you. Typically, I would say 95% of the time, and I'm being generous. They gonna think that they better than you, and it's like a condescending vibe that they give you. It's like some condescending shit. Just the way that they treat you is different. I know, because I've been there. I ain't always had bread, even in my street days. And I got game, and I ain't no pushover, I ain't no pussy, no none of that. And it's still a different type of treatment, right? Even in my street days, I wasn't balling the whole time I was in the streets. I caught me a little 2-3 year run, but that was it. Out of all the years I was in the streets, I wasn't like at the top of my game the whole time. So I've been broke before, and even after that. Women just treat you different. And if they making more than you, they think they better than you, and they going to treat you like that. They're going to treat you like that. Even if they try not to, it's going to come out in their tone, the way that they talk to you, the way that they handle you, the way that they bird feed you. It's going to come in, and unless you like got some serious game. But even typically, a lot of the times, even that ain't going to save you. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of homegirls, man. I got a lot of homegirls that have dealt with guys, and I seen that was their situation. You could see it. I've seen it with my homegirls. The dudes that they may get a guy that's not as ambitious. He cool, he's set, he's straight, but they not as ambitious. They don't have these wild money dreams. And again, I think that that's perfectly fine. I think that that's okay. But, they begin to look down on these guys and ultimately, resent and disdain these men, because women have these fantasy ideas of what they think you should be. They start to project their desires and their ideals of the type of man they want, and they try to project that onto you. And you just a dude that you just want to be happy and peace. Make your $70,000, $80,000 a year, come home, smoke your weed, play your game. But women will look at you like you're a slouch if you do that. Not all that. What I mean, women, I mean these types of women, these go-getter boss babe hoes, they'll look at you like you're a slouch and like you lazy. Oh, he don't want more. He don't want better for himself. I was dating a chick, and but she was dealing with a guy. The guy was a truck driver. Guy made well over six figures, but he didn't want to elevate past that. Like, she would try to talk him into getting certificates or whatever to make more money and do this and do that, but he didn't want to do that. He was straight, and they eventually end up breaking up because she started to feel like he didn't want better. And she wanted the type of guy that always want more, always want more, always want more like me. And that's not to say that I'm better than him or he's wrong for being content, because he's not wrong for that. But this is how they start to look at you. You understand? And again, I've seen this with a lot of my homegirls. They'll get with dudes who they'll be ambitious. They have these dreams. They want to be have businesses. They want to have fucking these super careers and shit. And the guy just make him a cool 70, 80. He good. But they looking at Instagram and they seeing all this boss babe shit and watching Love and Hip Hop, and they want this type of life and they're aspiring to that. And so when the guy don't want that, they look at it like something wrong with him and he ain't shit. And then they start the class. Again, I've seen this time and time and time again. My homegirls. See? And you know what's crazy? They be saying, oh, I want this type of guy. I want this type of guy. But they don't choose these type of guys. A lot of them choose, right? A lot of them choose guys who don't want more or don't have more, right? So they can do what they want and they can do what they can and they can do that. You can't tell me what to do shit. A lot of women date down like that in order to control the dude. I've talked about that several times on my show before. A lot of women do that. Date a dude who got less than them. Date a dude who ain't as, on their level like that and talk to him any kind of way. They know that they can be lazy. They know that they ain't gotta, sex them all the time. They know that they know that they can half step and half ass this dude, and they're more comfortable like that, controlling that dynamic. A lot of them do that by choice. That's a conscious decision that they do that. So pay attention to that. Again, they can disrespect you. They can talk to you crazy, be condescending and all that, and they know you ain't gonna do nothing about it. They know they feel superior and they feel that you're inferior, and they treat you like that and they break you like that, and they know you 9 times out of 10 you ain't gonna go nowhere, right? And they don't respect you. And guess what happens all of the time in these relationships? Guess what happened all of the times in these relationships? They usually start cheating. When you get these women, they start making more money than you, they think they better than you, and they start treating you like that, and you don't leave and you stay, they eventually start cheating on you. Eventually, right? The last married woman I dealt with, I used to never cared about dudes. I ain't really care about stuff like this when I was younger. But the last married woman I was dealing with was about 10 years ago now. It's about 10 years ago. I told the story kind of on I think one of the last live streams or whatever. But I'm gonna give a brief synopsis of it. Dealing with this woman, she was older than me at the time. And when I first met her, she was a little bit older than me, and she was married and she was cheating on her dude. So I started to ask her why when we were talking, and the reasons that she gave me was basically, he had his little trucking business or whatever. And the 2008, 2009, 2010s, when everything started to crumble, he kind of drowned in that. When the Great Recession hit of 2008, he kind of drowned in that, and it took him a while to get back on his feet. But she was a career woman too, so before this happened, they was neck and neck. It was a nice middle class black family, like the poster family, like on Facebook. Still now you see them, it's just like the poster black family, like upper middle class poster shit, right? Which is amazing to me. Like when she was dealing with me, she would have like her profile picture would be them too, and she would be messaging me from the same, like, it's just weird shit. But he ended up, his business started doing really bad. And so, he ain't making all the money. So now he gotta find jobs and shit. Trucking, and it's not really doing what he's used to doing. And so naturally, he loses confidence, he loses mojo a little bit, and they started to riff. And now she's making considerably, way more money than him. And she basically summed it up to, in her words, but I see through the bullshit. She just thought she was better, and she thought that she could do better, right? But she was basically like, oh, he don't want more. He let his situation get it to the best of him, and he won't pick himself back up, and he's acting like this, and he acting like this. I started to feel bad for the dude, and we would be kicking it. I'd be like, you're a piece of shit. You know, like straight up, like, hey, you ain't shit, bro. And I started to feel so bad for him that I stopped fucking with her. I was like, I ain't fucking with you no more. And from that point, I never messed with a married woman again. It's just like that ain't even right. And nowadays I would never do that because I don't want to contribute to what I'm trying to help change. But back then I didn't care. I didn't give two shits. Up until that point, I was like, you know, you're a piece of shit. Like, you know, I would tell her, like, man, that man, like, you can't stay down with that man. Like, and the funny thing about it, they still together to this day. He's still with her. He never left her. He's still with her. So, you know, but that's a prime example of what I'm talking about. When women start to make more money than you, they think they're better than you, and they start to treat you like that. And if you stay with them while they violating and disrespecting you, they're going to start cheating on you. Right? Now, my man said something that stuck out to me. He said something that stuck out to me. He said, these are my morals and these are my standards. I'm talking about her, Keke Palmer's baby daddy. He said something in a tweet that stuck out to me. These are my morals and these are my standards. And this is some game, fellas. Pay attention. And I'm going to say this to him, and I hope spin this and circulate this so he can somehow see this. I hope you hear me. He says, these are my standards and these are my morals. I rest my case. And I say this, player, since when was they your standards? Like, when did they become your standards? Right? And this is the game. Stop getting with women trying to change them. You can't change a player's game in a knife in it. Stop getting with women trying to change them. I think that is the craziest shit that a person can do. So that's where you went wrong, Darius. That's where you went wrong. You wifed a woman who was already on that. And then when it got a little too hot for you, now you want to cry. I feel your pain. She did violate you. She did disrespect you. But that's nothing new. And you shouldn't have got with her. You understand? Yeah, she getting the bag. Yeah, she this and this, and she got connections and shit, and it's to come up. But what is that worth? What is that worth? Is that worth this? You understand? Is your soul for sale? And even if that ain't the case, even if it is love and you love her, which I'm pretty sure you do, you should never, ever wife a woman. Listen to me, fellas. Not even wife. A woman should never, ever make it out of the booty call category. A woman should never make it out of the sneaky link category if she isn't in alignment with your standards and boundaries. If she's not in alignment with your standards and your boundaries, she should never make it past a sneaky link. That is the rule for you. That's been a rule for me. But that is the rule that I want you guys to apply to your life. Apply this to your life. If a woman is not in alignment with your standards and your boundaries, if she isn't already living like that, if that's not already a part of her character, she does not ever make it out of sneaky link category. And I hope you guys get to a point to where you won't even stick your dick in women like that. That's the level that I'm on now. If I don't even talk to a woman, if I don't see myself with her no more, and I reached that, but I done played the game. So you understand? So with my mind and now, if I don't see nothing with a woman, I'm not even gonna entertain it because I don't have time to. So I know a lot of you guys are young. You want to play a little bit more. So cool. So you implement this. She does not leave sneaky link category if she is not up to your standards and your boundaries, because she's not going to change. It's not going to change, especially if she's living a certain type of way. Now, people have certain behaviors and stuff that they do that they don't really know any better. So a woman may, I don't know, she may be used to, talking crazy. You can check that. Hey, watch how you talk to. Don't talk to me. But if a woman is drinking or she likes to party, it's like some lifestyle shit. She dresses provocative. That ain't something that you gonna change. She want to be a hoe. She want to be an attention whore. You ain't gonna change that. Especially a title ain't gonna change that. And they try to say, oh, well, that ain't his wife yet. So in order for me to not be disrespected. In order for me to get the respect of my woman, I gotta be married. The fuck out of here. Like a piece of paper gonna change that. If anything, the piece of paper gonna make it worse. You know, but fellas, it ain't gonna change. Don't fall for that. Oh, wife me first, then I get my shit together, then I behave. Nah, bro, that's hustling backwards. You a fool if you go for that. You understand me? So again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Never wife a woman who isn't in alignment to your standards or your boundaries. She never even supposed to make it out of booty call category, because it's not going to change. If you do, when you do, let's say you meet a woman, because a lot of y'all do this. You meet a woman at a bar, you meet a woman at a party, and you expect her to not be a party animal. You expect her to not party, but you met her at a party drunk, right? But what you do when you meet a woman and she's living a certain type of lifestyle and you commit to her, what you are telling her overtly, covertly, consciously, and subconsciously, you're telling her, I agree and I accept your lifestyle. So when you try to come back 6 months later and say, I don't like that, you basically pulling the wool over somebody's eyes. You basically doing a switcheroo on that person. You're basically the manipulative one, because you acted like you was okay with it and now you're not. That's actually manipulative, fellas. So stand on your square in the beginning. Your boundaries should be established before you even start liking a motherfucker. She should know what your boundaries are. Before you ever invest yourself into a woman, she needs to understand and accept your boundaries before you begin to invest anything but a little bit of time. If you think that things are going to start get serious, y'all need to have a conversation about boundaries before you waste your fucking time and get all head over heels and open and get your feelings all caught up and wrapped up. You need to have a conversation about boundaries. It's important. It is important that you do that, fellas. You see, like I said, I don't want this to just to be about complaining and complaining about, nah, man, because Darius is responsible for what happened. And truth be told, if you don't have influence over a woman, if you see in the beginning, it's a some old game, Darius and the rest of you guys, what you want to look for is not control. Stop trying to control people. Stop trying to control women. You want to have influence is a big difference. If you see that you don't have influence over a woman, don't wife her. If you see that your game ain't strong enough, your personality, your aura, your program ain't strong enough to be influential over a woman, don't take it no further. Don't take it no further, because you're going to be in a world of shit. You see, again, this ain't about beating up on the women. This is about holding you responsible for the things that happen in your life. That makes the true player. The rule number one of being this player is you responsible for everything that happened to you. Because when you do that, then only then can you change. You see what I'm saying? So, influence, the power of influence. You want to be influential. You don't want to be controlling. But again, I'm not saying that he was controlling for that. But if you had influence over your woman, she wouldn't even did that, bro. She wouldn't even did that. And I just made a video on how to influence your woman a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. Type in King's Ray how to influence a woman, and it'll come right up. And I laid the foundation. I think I'm going to update my How to Make a Woman Fall in Love course. I think I'm going to update, and I'm going to do a whole bit on influence and how to plant the seeds and the whole nine. Again, you want to be influential, not controlling. And if you had influence over your woman, that wouldn't happen. Women want to be influenced by you. They don't want to be controlled. So now another thing, fellas, the whole I do what I want to do, because I've seen a lot of that on Twitter. I do what I want to do. You can't tell me what to do, right? Those type of hoes are only good for recreational use. If you ever hear a woman say that, get out of Dodge. Recreational use only. In fact, let's do a test. Talk about this with your woman. Don't talk about it with your emotions. Just see where she at with it, how she feel about it. And it's going to tell you everything that you need to do. I said, what's your opinion on this? Don't get all fucking red pill and manosphere and trying to preach and what King Gray said, you a thought and this and this. Nah, but sit back and collect data so you can see what type of woman you with. Sit down and, what you think about this? Don't get in your feelings because she agree and all that. You just know what it is. Because you want a woman to be able to expose themselves to you. So you never want to get in your feelings over the things that they say or the things that they express to you. Never get in your feelings over that. But, talk to her about it and see where she at. But them type of I do what I want to do. You can't tell me what to do. Man, listen, bro, we ain't dealing with women like that. You can't protect nor provide for no woman like that. We not trying to get them to change their mentality. Remember that. We're not trying to get them to be the women that we can protect and provide for. What we gonna do is we gonna take our ball and go play somewhere else. So what I'm saying is you gonna go deal with women who fucking with you, who celebrate you, who own your program, who okay with, following your lead. We're not convincing them of shit. Right? We're not convincing them of shit. Hey, and this is what it is. If you ain't with it, you can take your ball and go somewhere else. We ain't trying to reason with them or, oh, well, how can I protect you and how can I provide if I can't be of authority and I can't? We ain't doing none of that. You already know, as a man, that you cannot protect and provide for any woman who you don't have authority over, who you don't have influence over. So you can't protect that type of woman. You can't protect the woman who says, I'm going to do what I want to do. You can't protect the woman who says, I don't care what you say. I'm going to do what I want to do regardless. You can't protect that. You know that. So stop trying to convince them. We not trying to convince them of none of that shit. Just go where you celebrate it. Go with who going to follow your program. And if you got to go get your passport to do that, go do that. If you black and you want to date white women and Spanish women or whatever you think, I'm not saying white ice is colder because it's not. White ice is not colder, but if you find you a white woman who on your program, fuck with her. If you find you a black woman that's on your program, fuck with her. My point is, it's not to say, oh, go date this person or go date that or get your passport. My point is, go where you celebrate it. Go where you celebrate it. Stop trying to convince women to be on your program and to try to get them to see it that your way. You already know what you can and can't do. And you already know that that's not a type of woman that you can protect. It's physically impossible. So stop trying to convince her. Let them suffer. That's why I don't spend my time, and I hate that I even complained in the beginning of the show, but that's why I don't spend my time trying to convince women of nothing. I'm just going to fuck with the women who fuck with me. It's just that simple. It's that simple. Now, what do you do if you ever find yourself? Because sometimes you slip up, fellas. So let's say you're in a situation right now where you didn't lay the law in the beginning. And remember, you got to lay the law in the beginning. Before you get serious with a woman, you got to lay the law, right? You got to make sure she on board with your program, right? And you should have a program. You should have standards and boundaries. And by the way, go check out my episode. I think it was 41 or something. The Captain Saver Bro Show. The importance of boundaries and how to set boundaries. Go check that out. Very important. So, but you need to, if you don't have boundaries as a man, if you don't have standards, never get into a serious relationship ever. Never get into a serious relationship ever. That relationship is going to be a train wreck. That relationship will be a train wreck. You can't know where if you don't know where you're going, you ain't gonna know how to get there. If you don't know how to get there and you don't know where you're going, you're just gonna be lost. And your woman gonna be lost. And your woman gonna start trying to control your shit. And then if your woman got a program, see, I talked about if your woman got money and you don't, or your woman make more money than you, then she gonna think that she better than you. Also, if your woman got a program and you don't, then she gonna think she better than you. So, so again, Always lay the law in the beginning. Always make sure the woman is up to your standards. Always make sure and not try to make her be up to your standards. Don't fuck with women who ain't up to your standards, right? But always set your boundaries in the very beginning. If you don't have standards, you don't have boundaries, you don't have a code or program, you don't need to date seriously until you develop that. That is your guide. Your standards, your boundaries, that's your protection, that's your guide. That's how you're going to get to where you need to go. Your program, that's how you're going to get to where you need to go. You need that, right? So you always set that in the beginning. But for the guys who that they missed that part, and it's 9 months in, it's 9 months in now, and they get into a situation like this, or they woman do something and they don't like it, and if it hurts them or whatever, and you want to come back and lay the law down, this is what you do. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, or a situation where you've been violated, but you didn't speak up prior, right? You didn't speak your piece prior. You didn't lay the law prior. You want to speak up and you want to communicate the problem. You communicate it. Don't yell, don't scream, don't holler. You communicate it. And if she can't get with that, you charge her ass to the game. That's the only way that she's going to see that you're serious. Trying to negotiate, trying to reason and all that shit, it ain't going to help you, my brother. Check them. Hey, listen, I can't do that. That ain't my type of party. I ain't really feeling that. It makes me feel like this. When you do that, I see it like this. That's what it makes me think. That's how it makes me feel. And this is the outcome of me feeling like this. Can't do that. If she give you pushback, if she argue, she ain't the one from you. You need to leave immediately. I don't care how long y'all been together. So remember, if you ever find yourself in a situation like that, don't go off the rail. Don't argue. Don't scream. Speak up and you communicate. Communicate that shit. If she give you any pushback, you charge them to the game. That's the only way that a woman is going to see that you're serious about your boundaries. It's by walking away from her ass. That there's no other way. You have to do that. And unfortunately, this is going to happen if you didn't lay the law in the beginning. So you're going to have to show her that you're willing to walk away. You understand? So I hope Darius, Keke Palmer's boyfriend or husband see this, and y'all need to circulate and share this everywhere. You guys need to circulate and share this everywhere so he can see it, or send it to him. Matter of fact, y'all send it. Well, he done deleted his Instagram and shit. He should have stood on his square. I don't like the fact that he deleted. You're supposed to stand on that. Don't let them run you off your. I know that shit can be annoying, but you stand on what you say. You stand on what you believe. I hope you don't come back apologizing and shit, because if he do that, then it's gonna be over for them. It's gonna be over for him. She gonna run all over him, but. Anyway, guys, that's been that. This is gonna be this was a quick, short show, but it's packed full of game though. So, they usually be like an hour and a half. I think we at 50-some minutes, but it's all good. We all good. But like I said, it's all packed full of game and it's all edifying. So y'all know how I do. But anyway, guys, my course, How to Vet Women Properly, is not even on sale. You can pay what you want to pay. Just click that link in the bio, click the link in the description, wherever you see this at. And the only time that you will be able to take advantage of that is by listening to this episode. It ain't going on no other episode. I'm not putting the link on no other videos. So this episode, just reserved for y'all, right? How to Vet Women Properly. Again, I teach you all of the red flags. I teach you how to spot the emotional baggage, the traumas, how to spot manipulative women, how to spot women who just using you, how to spot hidden gold diggers, how to spot women with promiscuous past, how to spot women who actively promiscuous, who just, simp shopping, right? How to behave in a way that a woman will reveal herself to you and be comfortable with revealing herself to you, so she can open up to you and be free, so you can make a sound judgment, right? You can make sound, educated decisions about where you invest your time, energy, money, resources, mental, emotions. You have to make decisions. And again, vetting women is the most important skill that a man can have. It's the most important. And then next is financial literacy. You understand? But you go get that by clicking the link in the bio, clicking the link in the description, clicking the link in the chat, wherever you see this at, go now. Go right now, pick your price, and you got the program. It's on me. That's my gift to you. Y'all always talk about your program's so expensive, and this is a program that sells for $500-$600. So you can pay what you want. That's my gift to you. Don't say King Dre ain't never gave you nothing. But this is a very, 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 very important program. A very important course. So go click the link. Anyway, guys, that's been my time. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify or Apple Music. Leave me a 5-star review and leave a written review down. Let everybody know how this show is fire and they need to watch it. And spread the game, guys. Let's spread this shit and let's support one another, because we need, men need to be, we need to be in the media again, not just political media, because we got men who do the political commentary, but we need the game. We need this game. We need the game to be, easily accessible. We need a counter to the shit that they doing to us. We don't have a counter for that. Our voices are not loud anymore. We don't really control anything anymore. So as men, but anyway, guys, that's been that. I appreciate you guys. Follow me on all social media platforms too, by the way. King Dreism, KingDreism. KingDreism. That's on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. And subscribe if you guys are on listening to the audio version on Spotify, Apple. Subscribe. Go to YouTube to watch the video of this and watch the rest of my videos. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Just type in King Dre or type in the Captain Saver Bro Show. And for my guys that's watching the video, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, type in King Dre or the Captain Saver Bro Show. Subscribe, follow, show me some love. But anyway, guys, it's your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. I'm gone.